Hey guys, welcome back. How is everybody? All doing well? I hope so. Another Friday, back with Ask Snes. So yeah, got a load of new questions from people to answer, which is absolutely fantastic. Weather's nice, sun's out, bright, looking good. Yeah, it's all good at the moment. So hope you're all well, hope you're having a great time. And yeah, let's get on with the questions, see what we've got. So first up, first question is from One Porn Star. Great name. And it is, what do you think of AVGN? I love The Nerd. I think The Nerd's fantastic, mate, to be honest. Been watching The Nerd for years. Love the episodes. Really like James Rolfe as well. He's absolutely awesome. I'm subscribed to the Cinemassacre channel, and you know the videos they put out are absolutely fantastic. Especially, I like the James and Mike Mondays as well when they play games together, because they're just absolutely brilliant to watch. They're really funny. And also when they bring in Pat, the NES nerd as well. NES punk even. That's always really cool. Yeah, yeah, I really like AVGN. Because I can't wait for the film. I really want to see the movie. So I'm just waiting for the Blu-ray to come out so I can buy it. Because obviously we're not going to get to see it in the cinema over here. But yeah, I definitely want to see that. It'd be awesome. So next question. Okay, from a good friend Tom, who's recently come back to YouTube. So go and check out his channel. I'll put a link down below. Absolutely top bloke. Brilliant American YouTuber. Makes great videos. Got an amazing collection. And he's had a bit of a break from YouTube for the last year, but he's come back now with a new channel, which is TB46667, the Golden Age Gamer. He's an absolute top bloke. I'll put a link down there for you to check him out. So Thomas, is there any game that everyone loves but you dislike? That's really hard. I mean, I've said in the past it's usually like the Final Fantasies and the RPGs. Just because it's not my thing and I don't understand them. And I've tried to play them, but I just cannot get into them at all. I don't get any fun from playing those. Besides that, it's usually like, it tends to be like the big, really overhyped, media-driven games that you see in, like, when gaming is on news channels and it's like, yeah, this is like a big event. And none of us, they're always games that I don't care about. And the latest one is Destiny. Everyone is raving about it. It's on Twitter, it's on the news, it's in the papers. And everyone's going mental over this. And it's like, to me, it's just another Bungie first-person shooter. And from what I understand, it's mostly online anyway. And it's like, I have absolutely zero interest in the game. I never have been interested in it. And it just looks bland to me, if I'm absolutely honest. Obviously, without playing it, I've got no idea. And, you know, I'm just going on what I've seen, what we all do. But yeah, that's the one at the moment, the current one. The last one would probably be in Skyrim as well. Obviously, that's not really my type of game anyway, but yeah, everyone was just going off on one about that for ages, and yeah, I just didn't see the appeal. Thanks, Tom. I say, guys, if you want to see Tom's channel, put a link down below because he's absolutely awesome. So I'm really glad he's back. Okay, next questions from Scribble Sam Animation, and the first question. Okay, it's a silly but curious question. When you were a kid, were you frightened and/or had nightmares of some of the weirdest things? For example, when I was a kid, about 4 or 5 years old, was frightened of the Thames television logo and statues. The Thames logo resembled a horrific monster and its theme tune sounded like an evil laugh. I had a nightmare and the logo came out of the television and bit me in the stomach and made a noise similar to what a dog would make when he's growling, gnawing. Also had nightmares of statues coming alive and properly doing mean things such as punching me in the face. When I look back at this as an adult, it all seems silly, but I guess that's just the life of a kid. Yeah, it is, isn't it, really? I mean, as a kid, everything's overblown and everything's more scary than what it really is. There's nothing I can specifically think of, to be honest with you, mate, that I remember. No, not really. I mean, when we were kids, when I was a kid, we did get burgled a few times. So that was more of a real world fear than anything else. That would have probably scared me as a kid, because, you know, that's not a good experience at all to ever go through that. But in terms of fictional, no, I don't really know of anything I can think of, unfortunately. Question number 2. Are there any video games that you find playing it a lot as a bad habit? For me, it would have to be Tetris. Well, yeah, Tetris is a bit bloody addictive. I would never say it was a bad habit when I'm playing a game a lot. I'm actually quite the opposite. I'm quite happy that I'm playing it a lot because I'm getting my money's worth. And I'm actually thinking, yeah, this game is absolutely bloody brilliant. Games such as Uncharted 2 and Medal of Honor, the Tier 1 edition, I can just play them all day long and just never get bored, and I absolutely adore them. And I've never seen it as a bad habit that I'm just constantly playing them, but maybe others would. I don't know. I mean, to me, no. I think they're fantastic. Next question. I don't know if you've been asked this before, but would you ever consider doing the Ice Bucket Challenge? I was actually nominated for the Ice Bucket Challenge by Ninja Bear Hug. The only reason I didn't do it was, me personally, I didn't want to do it. It's that simple. And it was kind of I mean, I know it's for charity and everything, and you can't say anything negative because it's for charity. I understand that. That's cool. Charity is a good thing, obviously. But I'm just getting a little bit sick of every time I put YouTube on, there's a new Ice Bucket Challenge video. And it's just like, it does get to a point you just think, oh, for Christ's sake, not another one. You know, some of them are really funny and they're worth watching, and that's great. But yeah, me personally, I'm not willing to do that, so. Alright, next one. Right, okay, so that is all the questions that we have in the actual video. However, I did get contacted by a guy called John on eBay yesterday, who watches my channel regularly. He just doesn't have a YouTube account, and he asked if he could send me some questions, so I said, yeah, of course you can, mate. So, hello, John. Right, okay, so first question from John. If you had to start your Super Nintendo collection again, and could only buy 5 games for the first 2 years, what would you get and why? Good question, mate. Mario World, because you just have to have that. If you haven't got Mario World, there's no point in collecting for the Super Nintendo. It's just the iconic platform game on the system, and for me, still the best Mario game. It's just absolute masterpiece. The soundtrack, the gameplay, the graphics, the level design, Yoshi, the power-ups, just everything about that game is fantastic. Next one would have to be Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Specifically Turbo because it's my favourite version of the game that they released on the SNES, because of the extra speed, the fact you can play as the bosses, you get different outfits and things like that. Yeah, I mean, Street Fighter 2, for a certain age group, it's just an absolutely iconic game. It means so much. It was literally that transcendence of arcade to home, where every game started to really look like we were actually going to get legitimate arcade ports that look like the original. And it's just a fantastic game as well. It's aged so well. 2014, and I can still put Street Fighter 2 on, and I don't know how the game's going to go. You know, I might get my arse handed to me, I might do absolutely brilliantly, I might have a bit of both. There's always a bit of a challenge, and you never really know what the computer's going to do. Absolutely love that game to bits. Then it would be Star Fox, because I just have to have that game. Fantastic shooter, phenomenal at the time for its technological advances, really quite impressive at the time, I thought, and I think a lot of people did. And it still holds up really well. The controls, to be fair, nowadays, in terms of the aiming at least, the aiming is the biggest problem with that game because there's no reticle, so you sort of just have to sort of use your eyes to aim the ship in the general direction and hope that you hit the enemies. That's the only flaw I can really find in that game. It's just a phenomenally fun game, and there's so many, there's so many different variations. You can, you get the difficulty levels which take you down different level paths. So it's not as simple as just completing it once. You can just play it multiple times, and it never gets boring. The characters are really well designed, really clever. The music is just absolutely fantastic. Some of my favourite music of any game on any console. It's just superb. It just really puts a big grin on your face as soon as you start playing it. And on the basic level, it's just a really solid shooter. It's a lot of fun to play. So it's Mario World, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Star Fox, really 2 more. Castlevania 4, gotta be. Yeah, Castlevania 4, absolutely. I recently finished it finally. I completed the game for the first time since I was a kid. That game is just epic in every way. The level design is absolutely spot on. There's so much fun, and the difficulty curve is just right as well, because it gets really hard near the end, but it's not that hard that you want to give up. It just keeps making you want to come back and try again, and just adjust your tactics to try and beat it. And it's just such a fun game. Another one that's got an absolutely killer soundtrack as well, and the multi-directional whip is the best thing ever. Really does make a difference. It's just spectacular. I just adore that game from beginning to end. You know, every level looks great. Every level's been really well designed and has something interesting about it. The music is spot on. The graphics are gorgeous. I mean, there's so many things, iconic things like the chandeliers, where you have to jump across the chandeliers as they're swinging, which is the most intense thing. It's only a short section, but it's so tense. And then the part where you have to jump out, throw the whip, grab onto the latch, and just hang while the whole room rotates. It just looks really, really good. Even to this day, Mode 7 to me looks amazing. It still blows my mind when I see that in games. So yeah, Castlevania 4, absolutely. And number 5, it's got to be the obvious. It's got to be Mario Kart, because that game is just awesome. I've played all the versions of Mario Kart, bar I think the DS version, and of course Mario Kart 8, because I haven't got a Wii U yet. But I will get one because I want to play that again. Buy the console again. But yeah, Mario Kart for me, still the best version is on the Super Nintendo. I absolutely adore that game to bits. I love the split level with the map underneath. I love the graphics of the Super Nintendo. The art style is just something that really means a lot to me. I love the Mode 7. I absolutely adore the soundtrack. The character design's fantastic. It's just the level design, the race tracks, all the tracks are brilliant. And then you've got Battle Mode, which is without doubt the best thing about it at all. Because at the end of the day, when you've got local multiplayer with friends and some beers, and you're playing Battle Mode, ain't nothing better than that. So if I collect 5 games over 2 years, those are going to be the ones, because those are games that you can play over and over and over and over and over and have loads of fun with and never get bored of. So that's a brilliant question, mate. Really well thought out. Cheers, John. Okay, so a drink before I get to question 2. That's better. Okay, question number 2. Seeing as prices are a bit crazy at the moment with Super Nintendo games, what would you say has been your best find recently? John managed to find a copy of Blackthorn Factory Seal for 30 quid. Mate, that's a bloody good deal. that is impressive. I'm still on the fence about Blackthorn. Let me know what you think about that. Send me a message, because I spoke to Crash Test and he said it was pretty decent. And when I first started collecting Super Nintendo, I was tempted to go and buy that game because it looked quite good. But it's still got that Prince of Persia mode on it, which I really like the look of that. You get shotguns and things. But yeah, I'm tempted by that. Recently, because I haven't really been buying Super Nintendo games, obviously, because I'm trying to cut back at the moment. But the best find I've had recently was a game that's not really expensive, but I got it for a good, decent price, and it will be coming in an upcoming video, so I can't really talk about it at this moment. But I'll be showing that probably next week, I would think. Hopefully, I'll be posting it next week. So yeah, look out for that. John is always aware that I've got a game coming up. He doesn't know what it is, but I've said that I've bought a game. So yeah, I did buy a Super Nintendo game recently. So the Super Nintendo collection is still going. I will actually be posting a new video as well regarding the Super Nintendo collection, because I want to talk about that as well and what the future of that collection is going to be. It's nothing negative, don't worry. Question number 3. What Super Nintendo game do you have the most nostalgia for? It's going to be difficult because I can't pick one. It's going to have to be 3 games, which are Mario World, Street Fighter 2, Castlevania 4, because those games, I played them so much when they came out, and that first time seeing Mario World on my friend's TV, not my cousin's next door neighbour, when I played that game, me and my cousin were just like, holy shit. It was just such an impact. It was like, I can't believe, we were coming off the back of the Amiga, and my cousin's friend had a Mega Drive, and I thought the Mega Drive was decent, there's some good games. I wasn't completely blown away by it, but I thought it was alright. Played Mario World, it was just a whole different level. It was just like, my god, how the hell does that look like that? And it just played so, and it was just so much fun, and it sounded amazing. And then when I got my own Super Nintendo and I got Mario World, and I just managed to play the whole game and explore it, I was sucked in. So it's mega nostalgic, that game. It's just brilliant. It's a fantastic title. And I say Street Fighter 2 because of the arcade port issue. I mean, as I've said many a time on my channel, I think we're going to Wales, if you remember right. Me and my cousin we used to hang out all the time, because back in the day, my dad's brother and his family, we used to be really close, and we used to hang out and go on holidays and things like that. And I think we were going to Wales, and I remember being in the back of the car with our cousin, and we got this copy of CVG, Computer and Video Game Magazine, and there was a double page central, I'm pretty sure it's central spread for Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo, and we were just like, holy shit. I mean, it just didn't look real that those screenshots could possibly happen. It was just no way. And So that game, when I first got to see it properly, was at my friend Brian's house when he imported a copy from the motorcycle museum at the trade show. And I just going around his house and seeing that, and all the friends were there, we were all hanging out and having winner stays on matches, and it was just proper nostalgic. And then Castlevania 4, because I played that to death in my bedroom. I'd just sit there with my friends and we'd play it and play it and play it. And I've got a very small snippet on one of my old VHS tapes where I've taped over my original recording where I was playing Castlevania 4, and it comes up in the video. It's sort of in between the music videos, it cuts to that, and I was like, oh man, yeah, absolutely awesome game. So I can't really pick one, it has to be those three. Number 4, on your current list of Super Nintendo games to find, what one are you prepared to spend the most money on? Super Turrican 2. Because I have to. I don't have a choice. The game is so expensive, and if I want it, I've got to stomach the cash up. And like Jay Cyber Snake 7, it's got to be done. And me and him have decided that has to happen at some point in the future. We have to own that game. It just looks so bloody good. I love the Turrican games on the Amiga. I absolutely adore Super Turrican on the Super Nintendo. It's fantastic. It's such a good version. And Super Turrican 2 by Ocean looks amazing. I understand from what I've seen in recent months that Americans think Ocean are a crap company, and I think I've talked about this before. Ocean are not a crap company. Okay, they put out a couple of dodgy games in America like Robocop 3, but they're not a crap company. For all of us English people, all us British guys, we know Ocean from the 8-bit days, and Ocean were the nuts, man. They used to put out some absolutely top titles. They're a really good company. So I've got total faith in Super Turrican 2, and from all I've seen of the gameplay and people talking about it online, the game is bloody brilliant. So yeah, it's worth the cash. I mean, from what I can see, you can pay about $500 to $600 to get a sealed copy. If you want a second-hand copy, you're probably talking $350. You might get lucky and get it a little less, but it depends on the condition and the seller. But yeah, that's definitely one I want to get. I just have to have that in my collection. It's going to take me a long time to save for it, but I will get it. Okay, now last question, number 5. If you had to pick one game to show off your Super Nintendo skills on the old TV show Games Master, what game would you fancy yourself as a bit of a pro at? I'm not going to say Street Fighter because I know I get my arse handed to me these days. Probably Mario Kart. Yeah, I'm doing my best to try and get to Blackpool next year. I really want to go to Blackpool. And me and Retro David got a bit of a thing with the old Mario Kart because I reckon I can take him on it, and he reckons he can take me. So that's the ultimate challenge next time at Blackpool 2015. Me and Retro Dave got to have a battle and see who wins. But yeah, I reckon that is the game that I could probably do the best at, because I'm pretty damn shit hot at Mario Kart. I always use Cooper. I always say Toad. I always use Cooper because he's absolutely brilliant. He's got really good grip, good handling, good cornering, nice bit amount of speed, excellent character to use. So yeah, I reckon I'm pretty good at Mario Kart. I'm quite, confident in my abilities. So, so yeah, we'll see how that goes when I get to Blackpool and see if Retro Dave can kick my ass or not. I don't think he can, but we'll see. Thanks for the question, John, and thank you everybody who asked the question. Absolutely awesome of you guys. If you do have a question for me, just stick it down in the comments, and obviously every Friday I'll post a new response. So hope you enjoyed this, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps to share the video around. And also, if you want to see more videos, just click on subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon.